Welcome to the madhouse. See if anybody shows up. There's one person in here. Hello to whoever it is that is. Hey, Ben. See if anybody shows up and we'll start talking about this. Just got back in the house. Rob. Hey, Carol. I decided to go live anyway. Let me know if you want up here, and I'll just drop the link in the chat. Okay, well, that's cool. Let me know when you get back or come back smelling better or whatever. Hey, Chipper. You on the road already, or you back to work already, or what are you doing? That question goes to Chipper. It rained anymore up there by you, Carol? There's a couple of y'all's lakes. Y'all need some water pretty bad. The panhandle of Oklahoma needs to get rained on. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to be as, instead of just telling people to look at the stuff on the screen, I'll actually read what it says then. Well, there's actually pictures that I'm going to be showing, maybe, if I can make this silly thing work over my internet the way it is. It's really hard to find the same information about California as I was able to find for Texas. Because apparently the last thing you want to do is actually paint your state where people can like look at it at a glance and go, oh, dang. Well, that's the thing. You got it, you can mow or you can be in a drought. Those are your only two choices. I would rather have to mow, which I haven't done enough of. So what I need to do is break out the string the weed eater again and get out there and do some more weed whack. Got a pretty decent little weed eater. It does a good job. Thinking about making me a little yo-yo thingy-majigger. Or you just go steal a goat and drop it in your backyard. They'll eat most of it in a few days. There's a section back here, a couple of sections back here I would like to just put up the panels up and just drop the goats in there and just let them go to town on it. But maybe not. I guess somebody else is live or something that's got everybody's attention right now. I tried to wait to go to live until 9. The pygmy goats are considered pets. Just FYI. Or they are here, I don't know. And actually, most cities have an ordinance. You're allowed. Whatever. Hey, Clifford. Well, we'll get to that part of it too, which I guess I could go ahead and, if somebody wants to know what we're talking about, they can rewind and stay behind the rest of us. There's actually the left, the Democratic Party, whatever you want to call it, are they actually have propaganda videos out there. Now, I don't know what else to call them. Singing the praises of Texas, Oklahoma, well, a lot of your the Republican states. Yeah, the left is doing this. Talking about the state has a lower crime rate, the state has a better economy, why you would want to move to these states. The thing is, the reason they're doing that is because, well, they need to spread their votes around. They've actually got votes that they can afford to lose in other states. But if the people are going to move, they want them to continue to vote the way they were voting. People don't realize that as your politics go, so your economy goes. That's what we're going to discuss on here. This first map is going to be a little hard to see because the color kind of sucks. It's make sure I get the right one. We're going to just, because this is the state I know, Texas. Make sure I'll click on this, make sure y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right, see the little, y'all can see the little map over there. This little map here, can y'all see that when I move it around? I hope so. Anyway, this is make sure I'm Texas Department of Public Safety crime in Texas. This is basically the crime levels for each county. In this one over here, I don't know what little county that is. Loving County. We're not going to go there. I don't know what they got going on, but y'all see that? It is solid red. All the rest of even Houston's just pink. But this county over here is bad. It's like the highest one. El Paso County is only at a 28. You know what surprised me is the worst one. Oh, get away. Not that one. Where is it? Yeah, that one. 69.36. Lubbock is not a good place to be. Well, anyway, there's Lubbock. I believe this would. That gummit. It's really hard to do when it's small. There's Abilene's which is at 47. Here is yeah, this county is actually kind of scary. That's Big Springs. Oops, where is it? There it is. That's Odessa. Odessa and Lubbock are really close to the same. This one, Dawson, surprised me. That's La Mesa. But anyway, I know for a fact that La Mesa is mostly Democrat. Midland, Odessa, they vote for a Republican president and Democrat everything else. But anyway, if you notice where the red is, it's over here, it's down here, and it's over here. Now, let's look at this map real quick. This one. We'll stop this. Whoops. Yeah, look, I don't know how to show you both of them at the same time. And this is not looking at the presidential. Because that Fort Worth actually was really close on the presidential. It's about 50-50 in Fort Worth. And, you know, they're still swung Republican in the deal. But the crime rate between Fort Worth and Dallas, we'll go back and look at that other map here in a minute. The numbers almost match. Like Dallas's 62% voted for Biden and 81% voted for Trump, or not for Biden, for anyway, 62% voted for Democrat senators and such. And 81% of Fort Worth, which is Parker County, anyway, voted for Republican senators and stuff. Houston, 52% voted for Democrats. What's that little county right below them? 51%. These little counties down here, well over 50% of this whole area down here. San Antonio, 54% Democrats. Oh, up here where that Cumberland County, here's that little Loving County. The people that actually live there, the trouble this county is probably having is from New Mexico, honestly. That sounds bad, but it's true. In El Paso, just all the blue. Let's go. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. This was the one that surprised me because the presidential thing was not this close or this far apart. It was actually much closer. Anyway, I want to see. One more. There it is. And this isn't 100%, but where the Democrats take over, the crime rate spikes. I wanted to pull this same thing up on. They do not have they have this map available, the voting map, but you can't find the map showing the crime. Or I was unable to find a map showing the crime. Not invite, sure. Anyhow, this is all a freaking national forest, or not a national, but a big old park or whatever. Yeah, there's no crime there. Nobody lives there. Nobody lives here either. Now, another thing, the meth is real bad. Methamphetamine and heroin are really, really bad in Lubbock. Methamphetamine and heroin are really, really bad in Abilene. Was actually surprised by Tom Green. But get out of the way. Let me zoom this in. It's a little tricky to do. There we go. Homeless is crazy in Dallas. It's not as bad here, but it's pretty bad. You know, when you get over to this side of Fort Worth and stuff, it's not as bad. The closer you get to Dallas, the more homeless people you see. If you get over here in Arlington and all that stuff, you can't hardly tell the difference between it and Dallas. Actually, I can't tell the difference. But here's another one. This is a big time. This county is big time. All of this crime rate it show right there comes from this one little corridor over here in this county. It's Texarkana right here. And this Texarkana is below me. Now, down here, this part of the county, and in this county, they're, Cass County is, they're definitely Republican. They're oil field. And I like Cass County. But you can see as the crime rate goes up, it goes up with population. The people that want to be in population centers, as a general rule, are not conservatives, because the stuff that goes on in the city is not what conservatives are into. It's just the way it is. You can pretend to be a conservative, but you're not. The thing is, if you look this up in California or Washington State or New York or even Florida, because Florida's got a lot of Democrats in places. Um, the that's they Florida fixed a lot of their problems. They were having a lot of trouble with their elections back in the day because they would have people literally vote twice every time. They would vote in New England and then vote in Florida. They've made it harder to do that now. And they've made it harder again to do that now. It's still a thing. The whole thing is, if you move out of a bankrupt state that's ran by Democrats, I don't know, Illinois, Michigan, New York, California, Oregon, and you do the same thing and you vote in the same kind of people and vote for the same kind of policies that got them in the bind, because that's what got them in the bind. They seem to think that they can tax their way out of it. That's another deal. They're the same people pushing the move from the failed states to the states that are still holding their own, are doing videos about how much better countries that they're saying are socialists. Is it Denmark or whatever? Isn't socialist. You can't just get on unemployment and stay there forever. You can't get on welfare and just stay there forever. They try to put their people to work, but they're also really big on it's next to impossible to immigrate there. So, yes, she did, Rob. Aid was like saying hi to you, and she was like that you were in the shower peeing or something. Anyway, long story short, it's not gonna work, folks. You can't. Screw up a state and then leave it, and that's like that's the way marauders do stuff, and you don't want to be those. Oh, she did say that you were in the shower. She just called you Rob P. She didn't say Rob's in the shower. So you gonna visit with Happy Hair? You want me to give you a link, Rob? It's okay either way, man. No pressure, seriously. There's only 5 folks up in here. It's Must have pissed all my regular viewers off or something. Oh. Oh, y'all want a mail call? It's a mail call. I got it for myself because I love me. Um, y'all know who the Witted Beardsman is, right? Anyway, I broke down and bought me some Wadobo. It's got the ingredients. It doesn't say how much of each one. But yeah, it works really well on wild game. I don't think I'd put it on a steak, but deer, rabbit, raccoon. Uh, I actually like Diablo fish. So, and I do a lot. So I've had this on fish, and it's actually really good. Yes, 8 is in here. Rob, do they not do refills in restaurants on your drinks? Or aid, my bad. Hey, Sasquatch. Ideal spice for any wild or domestic meats, including fish, birds, and mammals. Works well on gopher, muskrat, squirrel, beaver, bear, deer, rattlesnake, armadillo, alligator, gar, fowl, and any fish, among many others. They covered the whole thing, and seriously, I mean, I would not put this on beef. Uh, and I don't know if I'd put it on domestic pork, but I would definitely. This would go really good on. Man, this would be good on liver. But you want to smell it? Smell it. Smell it. Smells like tacos. This uh, is actually cheaper than Mrs. Dash. This size bottle, Mrs. Dash, is like $7, so, or $7.89 or something. At places like Macy D's, yes. I guess that was to you. That's what Aid said about the drinks. Aid said at places like Macy D's, yes. Uh, we make it a habit of not going back to restaurants that charge for refills on drinks. Because, dude, you're charging me $2.30 for a glass of tea. And when you bring it to me the first time, it's full of ice. So, I mean, you're charging me $2.30 for a glass of ice with 3 ounces of tea in it. I don't think so. Oh, McDonald's. Over here, like if you go to like Santiago's, they just keep your glass full. You don't run out of drink. You know.
And they don't. Yeah, typical. It's typical not to ask you how you want your eggs. They just come out fried
In England? Well, I'd be okay. You wouldn't like it too
I
much.
couldn't eat breakfast if they didn't scramble them and give you choices. Who wants over easy? Not everybody.
Well, I like over medium. And I hate it when the people don't when they do the over hard. I hate that. It's like,
Yeah, but it's not typical for them to even ask. You just say, I want eggs. They don't say, how do you want your eggs?
seriously, they don't ask you how you want your eggs over there? What kind of country do you live in, man?
Oh, never make it on
Oh, yeah. First time they brought you out sunny side up or over easy, you'd be done. You're going to force me to run out of tea or water or whatever, and you're not going to scramble my eggs. She says she's out. What is a brekkie? Oh, breakfast. Y'all said what that was once. Oh. I blindfold my eggs. This is so totally like we've completely blown the topic out of pieces. Anyway, don't bring California to Texas. You come to Texas, but be Texas. Same with Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee.
Some restaurants, but not the majority. Most people don't tip. But I'm guessing their waitresses don't make like our waitresses.
Oh yeah, you tried not tipping around here, you're gonna get hurt.
So I'm guessing they make higher wages than waitress wages.
Maybe do they actually pay your waitresses over there or what?
He's probably like, why am I getting grilled?
Hold on, I'm gonna make the camera big so they can see you.
No. Why do you need to make the camera big? I was just looking at the chat.
Oh, my bad. Never mind. I was gonna show you all the misses, but she said no.
No, I was just looking at the chat. I didn't say hi. Who's in here?
We got Aid, Sasquatch, Rob. Yes, Clifford. It goes on right, and Clifford and Carol and Ben Walton. Was it Walton? Ben Walton was in there. One of the Bens was in here early. I don't know if
right there.
I don't know if Ben's still in here or not. He hadn't said anything for a while. Chipper's in there. He's driving though. They get paid a wage, but do they get like a normal, like
whatever your minimum
like
is?
what your minimum wage or whatever is or something?
Like our minimum wage here is
$7.35,
but the
or
waitresses only get $2.50 or something like that.
Yeah, a waitress only gets paid $2.50. Was it $2.10 to $3.10?
Something.
That's
like
all they'll get. That's all they get here.
And so everybody tips here, but
Yeah.
there they don't.
You're actually you're not obligated to, but you're expected to tip at least 8% of whatever your check is. So like if
It's
$100,
yeah.
it's $8, man. If there's no way I would leave out of a restaurant, well, I don't know. I do 10 to 15%. If you're doing your job and you're not being a total witch or ass, I'll do 10. If you're in there and you're making me feel like I'm a guest and that you want me to come back, I'll do 15. And if you make me like want to marry you or whatever and run away from my wife with you because you treat me like a king and my wife like a king and my kids and my grandkids like royalty, yeah, I'll do
What does
shit
he
up.
say? They get what kind of wage?
They get minimum wage. Yeah, that
Minimum
explains
wage.
it.
Okay, that's why they don't tip there as much as they do here.
Some places,
I
the
want to go to bed.
you going to bed?
Yeah, I've got hearings tomorrow.
Oh, just because you have a job.
Oh, where's it at? Night.
All righty. I love you. She ate lunch on the fly today and only got 1 10-minute break all day because they're so busy. Sasquatch said Obi misses you. Oh. Sasquatch said Obi misses you. Anyhow, I'll probably do this live stream again tomorrow, but I'll do it on WebEx. Just because I'd really like to talk about this thing. It's an annoying. Actually, I'd probably be better off just doing a little video on it. But it just drives me nuts to think. Politically, folks, we better draw the line in the sand. When you find out somebody has moved here from another state or to your state from another state, you need to make them understand that the only reason our state was better than their state is because we do things different. Dallas is falling apart. It's, yeah. Lubbock it's crazy. The park off on the east side of Lubbock is immaculate. The park on the northwest side of Lubbock is trash. The tree huggers moved into Lubbock. Man, I've never seen so many prairie dogs and stuff. They won't let them control their population. So, I actually had to drive around a prairie dog hole in the middle of a street. 230,000 people live in that town. And they have prairie dogs digging tunnels under their streets. If you can afford to land up in Lubbock County, man, I need to talk to you about loaning me some money. So, now you can find some stuff up north and west of Lubbock, but you got to read the fine print. Was it 20 or 40 acres? They were only wanting like 800 or 900 an acre for it, but there's no water. There's no groundwater. There's no rural water. You want water in your house. You truck it. Parts of Garza and Scurry are the same way, but that's around that lake they built. Uh, people gripe about it, hear the value of their property and stuff, but you've got lake lots over there going for more than a new house goes for over here. So, yeah, property values go up. That's not set by your county officials either. It's by your state government. So, y'all get over yourselves. The amount of money you pay in taxes is not set by your local tax office. It's set by the entities, your schools, your hospitals, your homeless shelters, your parks and recreation, all that stuff. They set the taxes, not they decide how much taxes you have to pay. Now, your assessor collector will set the rate based on what they tell them they need. So if you want your taxes to go down, you need to go to your hospitals and schools and say, hey, y'all quit raising my taxes. You can't gripe at the people that have to follow the law and do what they're told. You have to go to the people, all those people that you want to give you free stuff. Like you want the free sucker when you go in and get your shot. That's not free. That comes that pay, if it's a county hospital or even if it's county subsidized hospital, you paid for that sucker. It's not free. How come, Rob? What happened? What did you do? Did it fall down? Did y'all burn it down? Did Reese quit drinking? Now you got to tell me what happened to it. Oh, wow. Why did she want to move into town? Well, I guess they can drive out there and farm just as easy. Huh? There's a lot of guys do that. There's people in Garza County that live in Lubbock and drive all the way to Garza County to do their farming. They live. Their farms are 7 and 8 miles from Post, and they live in Lubbock. Oh, why is she taking to Lubbock so much? Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if she's got to go to Lubbock if that's what she does for a living or whatever. Hey, Tibor. He needs to ask high though, because he'll get it. I mean, he won't get, if you ask high, you'll have to take a hit on it. But see, he's got a well and stuff on his place, so it's actually high end property up there. It'd be some lawyer or something that wants to commute back and forth to Lubbock. Just that's for the house. What, the house in an acre or 2 acres? I've seen pictures of his house. Oh, and he's going too low. 250. Somebody will throw him 225. Be happy to do it. There's some you'd have to do some work on your house, but you could probably, what do you got, 5? House, shop, 2 salvageable outbuildings. You could probably get 2 for yours, honestly. Your piece of property in Scurry County right now would go for between $200,000 and $250,000. Raw. Yeah. Oh yeah. Put it this way: he better talk to a agent and see what they suggest that he put his house at. The thing to do is just go ahead and pay a guy to come out and appraise his property. Then whatever that appraisal's at, add 20%, 20 or 30% to it. We're actually trying to get a hold of a guy about a little piece of property in a little falling apart piece of town. Oh, he probably won't do it. We know what he paid for it, but he's probably not going to want to sell it anywhere close to that because he bought it a few years ago. Oh, well, I thought he had remodeled his house. If the tower was finished, it might be a selling point. But then you just have to spend all that money to go buy someplace else. Yeah, that's what's going on around here. I missed a really. I would have killed for that. I didn't know it was on the freaking market. It's 160 acres with a spring-fed life. That 160 acres has 4 springs on it that run into a creek that runs live, whether it rains or not. It has never gone dry. Uh, the first spring you come to, well, the second actually. The first one's actually that actually comes out in the creek. The first waterfall you come to, which is all of about 10 inches, uh, is an inch and a half stream of water. It's an inch and a half stream of water. Filling a pool, running off a rock, dropping down into the sand, coming out through a gravel bar, and dumping into crystal clear water. I love that place. If you just walk across that gravel bed, climb up on the other side of the bank, you're literally in sugar sand, just white sugar sand. I would have to get rid of all the grass burrs. We got mountain lions all over the place down here. Y'all have bears up there too. Cool. By the way, just for the record. Yeah, that'd be perfect, Rob. Just get rid of the grass burrs, and then I could get the more deadly sticker. Um, the one that not only stabs you and causes you pain going in and coming out, and then trying to get it off your fingers, but that actually, you know, causes you to bleed. Killdeer is beautiful. The woman that owned it before allowed, as long there was one rule: do not trash my property. So we just didn't take trash with us. You know, we took water in canteens. We ate before we went out there. We didn't make any fires. We didn't cut any trees. Everybody around there knew about the place. And you go out there, you fish, you let the fish go. Um, that was the only rule. Just don't destroy my property. And then she got old and got put in a home, and then she died, and her kid sold it. And the guy that bought it put up purple fence posts. But actually just went and got purple spray paint. Now he owns about 4 miles of that creek. All right, Rob, be good. All right, Sasquatch. It's good that you got rid of them. Did you trap them or shoot them? Sasquatch, the foxes and coyotes and such. I love that creek. Now I can buy a about 200 yards of it with a large 2-story brick home and with a 2-car garage and a full outdoor kitchen. It's like 10 and a half, 12 acres for 550. Not going to get that. The house is actually not. I don't know. Wasn't the worst build ever, but they tried to build all that shit on a slab foundation. First mistake. Are they going to buy it? Oh, Rob's already left. I got to call him now. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some coffee. Shit. Yeah, it just occurred to me. I'd give him 180 for that property. I just don't want to live up this. I do not want to be on the panhandle of Texas if the ice age comes. Oh, wow. That's not bad at all. And that's the trick. If the higher the acreage gets, the lower it is per acre. I've actually found a couple of ranches I wouldn't mind buying that were over 900 acres. Let's put it that way. Right. Well, one was 10,500 acres, but that was $1 million. So what? The other one, I barely touched his bag. You are both y'all horrible dogs. Just bacon strips are $14 a bag and they last a month. It's a lot of bacon. Smell good. I just haven't been able to bring myself to eat one. So. No, I'm not giving you another one. No. Nope. Not happening. You can snuggle all you want to. It's not happening. Why are you snuggling my belly? You're not getting another one either, sneezy face. The way my dog plays is if you try to make eye contact with her, she feels like she's not looking at you. She's actually gotten where she goes down to the end of the driveway and hides in the weeds. Like you can't see this big giant white dog sitting in the weeds looking at you, trying to pretend like she's not looking at you. I don't know if I can get Rob to try one or not. What we're trying to do is get everything I've got going on sewed up tomorrow. And then what I'm trying to do is get Rob to meet me at the White River Lake Thursday. I want to go around that to the boat ramp. All right, Corey. Oh, dadgummit. Sasquatch. Um, we ever get the all the hail damage and work done and stuff, probably just going to take me all by myself road trip. Because I need to. Things still balls to the wall for you, Killdeer, on your mowing and stuff. Stuff. Oh, Skeeter. I guess Killdeer's not going to tell me. It's a secret. Ah. I've got to get my camper shell dug out of the weeds. I got to put it on the truck. I don't have to. I want to. I'll put it on the truck and see if I can improvise a canoe rack on top of it. Well, it's not good. Have a intake manifold gasket go bad, or the intake manifold go bad. Can't remember what you're driving. The Yeah, I spent all day today. Well, I spent a couple hours last week and then a couple hours today fixing a mower. Oh, that's not good. I've never had a Ford with a Triton in it. Well, I've had a company truck with a Triton in it, and all it ever did was give me trouble. Um, had a diesel, a couple of Ford diesels, and they didn't give me any trouble. They just drank fuel like it was going out of stall. I'd like a Ford diesel, but I'm not. I'm not running a truck that gets 11 miles a gallon. It's just crazy. Yeah, I need to put those front end parts on mine, and I need to try to sell that truck while I can still get something out of it. It'd make somebody a really good little runaround truck. It really would. But I got to get something bigger that I don't have to crawl down into. I have to go with F-150 or a 1500 or something. All right. So you can go back to working, go back to making a living. How's things in your neck of the woods, T-Boy? Sasquatch killed all of his stuff. Uh, Carol's got her a new pet cat. We have the left trying to change the political demographic of the few remaining Republican strongholds. Leave it in there, Killdeer. Do yourself a favor, Red. Uh, my doctor is having a fun time getting the appropriate prescription for my headaches. Because of my hold on, skeeter bitten. Because of well, I won't. The stuff they would ordinarily give a guy for the headaches and stuff or whatever are narcotics, and I won't take them because, well, it just wouldn't be a good idea. How's the heat been up there, Tibor? Has it been like really warm or cool? It's been unseasonably cool down here, and I'm not complaining. The humidity's been rough. You know, it's made up for it being, you know, it's still hot because it's humid. You know, it feels hot, but the ground's not insanely insane. Um, I haven't been wearing it up in a ponytail, Chipper. That's the thing. Um, Apparently, they're stress related. So maybe I just need to learn to take a chill pill. That's not. That's all we've had is 90s. You know, 95 and under. And this is, I mean, this is July. We should have been in the hundreds for the past 20 days, 20, 30 days. I mean, yeah. Like I say, we're not complaining. Still not through August yet. Just wonder if we're going to get snow. Well, maybe. Oh. Ah. Us. My back was defenseless when I was working on that lawnmower. The mosquitoes got me. Well, that little video I put on Instagram the other day doesn't do justice to the amount of playa lakes that are full up on the Fluvanna Cap. That just happened to be a crossroads in literally is an intersection. That was where we turned to go to Little Bit's house. So um, it yeah, there's probably 300 acres flooded right there, all right there together. Um, and right up the road there was another 20 or 30, and then go a little bit further there was another 80 or 100, and go the other way and there's several hundred. Um, I can't remember the last time it rained this much here. I know we had some good rain back uh, in the 90s. And then we had mid 2000s. We had early 2000s. We had a flood, but that was because the flood, it didn't even rain here. All the water came from somewhere else. It flooded somewhere else, and then it just came through town. Hey, Mark, yeah, you missed C1. No, you are C103. You missed dadgummit, the Sasquatch. He was in here 10 minutes ago. Okay. Y'all see where SOS got a strike on his channel for that live stream? What? Can you that time? Not gonna feed. I've been trying to remember when the last time we had a summer where it didn't bust 100. 2 weeks out of July. Um, or where it didn't bust 100 degrees in the first 2 weeks of July. And 30 years can't do it. So, um, hey, Betty. It's just weird that Oklahoma's about to float away too, isn't it? Well, East Texas is about to float away. The Well, let me show y'all if I can. I've had the tab open all day. I'll close it now. Yeah, here we go. If it finishes loading, I'll share it. Do not sneeze at me. That's actually a good thing. The old dog's trying to start eating. Yes, yes, kicked. Y'all see that? Let me zoom in. Ow. Ooh. Oh, see all the blue. These lakes are either full or over full. But if you look, there's just a line, like literally, and the one there, I don't know if you can see, I don't know how big y'all screen are. This, you can see my mouth floating around. That lake there was empty. This one here. Here's my little pointer thingy. Lake Sweetwater was empty a month ago. Robert Lee was 17% a couple weeks ago. Come on. Wow. This was at 20. Lake Colorado City was 20%. And now it's at 84. And this is just from the rain we've been getting. This is our lake. And it's at 48, which is it was at 17 also. This is the one I want to catch some rain. It's at 26. It's come up a little bit. It was back down to 24. No, 23. That's my favorite lake. Absolutely love this lake. It's beautiful when it's full. And it's not bad when it's low. First fish I ever caught was out of this lake. The story I've told about rigging up a hook and a string and dead minnow I found on the bank and catching that big ass walleye was this lake right here. But anyway, yeah, they've been getting rain over here for 2 years now. This will be the second year they've gotten rain. But the other side of it is this one down here at San Antonio. It was the Medina. It's actually caught some water. It was lower than that the other day. But this part of Texas down here, the South Central Texas, has been super dry. Till I noticed something though, there's no lakes down here. When it rains down here, the water comes so fast and furious that You can't build a dam that'll stand up to it. You just wash all the dams out. They've tried. You can't build a reservoir over here. So. Let's see, this one. I believe this is Paladura. No, this is Mackenzie. Mackenzie is 8.7%. Green Belt is 19. Meredith is 38. Where's this one? I actually don't know what this lake is. Oh, Paladura Reservoir. That's the one I was looking for. It's like empty. One that was 1.8%. In case I didn't. They will not do that, people. They have suggested that for 50 years. Just do a network of pump stations or whatever and pump water from East Texas to West Texas and put it in reserves instead of just letting it run out in the Gulf. You ain't got to worry about the Mississippi going dry anymore. It almost sounds like Biddy's complaining about the water. We don't complain. We just deal with the mud. Here we're not, because literally without rain, like years like this, our groundwater doesn't stick around. There's been an ongoing drought in Northwest Texas for over 20 years. They don't call it a drought because everybody freaks out, because when it rains this year, it's not a drought. But when your average annual rainfall keeps going down, you're in an extended drought. And all the playa lakes are dried up. The springs are turning off. It's some of it's their own fault, because they the land used to run into they terraced off a bunch of the playa lakes, And before, the water would all run into this one place, and then it would be at this playa lake, and you'd have, you know, an 80 or 100-acre lake that had water in it all the time. Every time it rained, it'd get down to a 20-acre mud puddle. It'd go back up to a 100-acre lake, 20-acre mud puddle. But they started putting terraces in to spread the water out so it wouldn't stand, so they could farm the bottom. That's what they call them, lake bottoms. Problem is, then the water table started falling because the water was running out the field at the end of the terraces and going into the bar ditch and not going to the playa lake. You gotta pick, people. It hasn't been hot in Arizona this year, so we'll see how now. Well, western Arizona has been hot. Depends on what parts. If she's up in the mountains, it's not bad. Death Valley busted 130 the other day, I think. It's like 129.9 or some crap like that. Well, that's the other thing is they used to run the terrace tops. They would put wheat on the terrace tops and then cotton in between. They weren't making any money off of the wheat, so they quit doing it. And now they spend thousands of years every year in diesel putting the terraces back together. We feel the heat of, humidity or whatever, but the ground doesn't. So, 90 degrees, 80% humidity, the ground's loving it. The ground actually stays cooler, but you got 10% humidity and 110 degrees. The ground gets up to about 105. You can bathe and you can't walk barefooted on it. Literally, usually in July and stuff, you wear flip-flops in the summer, not to keep your feet from getting stickers. It's to keep from burning your feet on the dirt. You can't walk in a plowed field around here in summertime in bare shoes because the dirt will literally burn your feet. It's, what is it? 120 degrees. It's like 10 or 15 minutes to get a second-degree burn. Something like that. So think about that. 125 is like 5 minutes. $130 is less than that. It's on there's a chart for it. People, when somebody says it's 120 degrees outside, it's freaking hot. At 110 direct sun, at 110, that's in the shade. whenever you see that the temperature is 120 degrees, that's taken in the shade. You got in the direct sunlight, like on your sidewalk and stuff, you can crack an egg on the sidewalk. The whites are the white will cook white. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk. It's that hot. But this year we haven't had to deal with it, and I'm tickled pink. The humidity's a murder, but I'll take it. Bees are loving it. I would really like to see that hive now. I wish when that ice storm come through and they ran off, I wish I'd have gone up there and cut the wax out of it like I was going to. They might have moved on. But oops, I didn't. I do think I'm going to cut a hole in my ceiling, though. And at least try to tap some of that honey. The ceiling on my porch, I hadn't ruined it yet. I mean, cutting a hole in it's going to ruin it. But I got to figure out something to do with that. I mean, I got to dodge bees coming in and out of my house. I might as well get something out of it. I might cut a 4-inch hole in there and take a piece of PVC and stick up there and jig it in the beehive. Then run. They can't risk trying to get the honey, honestly. It's not worth dying over, I guess. They are in my attic. You haven't seen my porch yet, have you? I extended my roof and framed it in, and there's actually, I have a porch that we can sit on and watch the sunsets and stuff. It was screened in for a little bit, but then the coach tore it up, so I need to fix that. But yeah, it's in the attic, but my porch is open. When you look up on my porch, you don't see the roof. You see the ceiling. I'll put a ceiling on my porch. It's got a recessed light in it and everything. Recessed light with a yellow bulb. It's kind of cool. It's not finished yet. Well, you can walk from the attic of the main house right into the attic of my porch. part out. I extended the roof of my house. I'm not that guy that's, if he wants to add on to his house, he's just going to like nail to the roof. It's there. Actually, went back in and attached the new part to the old part and made it just like it was original. Full meal deal where everything comes out together. I'm actually thinking about putting a door on the other end of the house. I'm actually thinking about taking that roof out. It's got the 16-inch overhang or whatever. Actually gave some thought to tearing my carport off, making it flat, and putting a second story over it, but basically just a big screened-in porch. But that'd be really expensive. I'm lazy and I'm always going to. But anyhow, yeah. Don't just watch the people that are. Don't just talk to the choir, folks. In case this is the outro, in case y'all didn't figure this out yet. Only talking to people that think exactly the same way you do. Only listening to people that think exactly the way you do. Only going and listening to or speaking to people that say, amen this, amen that, to everything you say or whatever is not going to let you know what the other people are doing. I've been watching the other side's YouTube channels. They are actively seeking what we have left. They are actively campaigning. They want people. They want lower and middle class people that vote blue to move in to red states. So we have got to start, those of us that can have got to start carrying signs, screaming and hollering at the top of our lungs. We've got to start making it stink. We've got to get on the news. We've got to be willing to have people point at us and call us bigots and racists. It doesn't make you a bigot or a racist just because you understand that if you fill a country with refugees, it becomes a third world country. If we just let anybody that wants to come over here, we will be exactly the same way as the people, or as the countries they left. We need to help. We need to keep strong so we can continue to help them make their countries better. If you don't like Guatemala, Chile, what's that other one down there? If you don't like those countries, let's just see. If Venezuela is broke, stay home. Let us keep being who we are and say, okay, as a people, we want you to come down here and we want you to stop this government corruption stuff. But then realize that we're going to have to kill a lot of them because y'all won't do it. We were talking about this earlier. I mean, the reason things don't work is because there's people involved. Human beings are involved. That's why there will never be a perfect society. You think it's never going to happen in my state. It's never going to happen. Yes, it is. It's fixing to start happening in everybody's state. And we can either start raising the stinker. I think we're going to need to start buying shovels. And they won't be for other people. We'll be digging our own. That's my happy news. For everybody. Hey, Rachel. And we can't keep being all raw, all gamer gung ho or whatever, because we'll just respawn and just keep killing them. No. When there's a firefight, I don't care what TV shows. I watched it. It was actually a really good movie. 24 Hours to Live or something like that. I don't care how good you are. And that's how the whole thing started out. This guy's total BA. He gets killed when there's a gunfight. People on both sides get shot. I don't care how good you are. You got an AR with 20, 30 round mags. There's 100 people coming at you. There's, by the time you get through with your second mag and they're on top of you, there's still 70 people coming at you. Some of them are bleeding and pissed off. It's not. Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to quit thinking it's going to be all, I'm just going to stay in my fort and we're not going to let that happen. It's not the way it's going to go, folks. I'd rather fight with picket signs and voting booths than the other. How many of us have a impeach Biden or a Uck Biden sign? How many of us keep voting for the same people in local government? If your local government's doing fine, that's one thing. But I mean, we need bulldogs up there. Not rhinos. We need bulldogs. That are, I hate to admit it because I don't really like Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is, at the very least, a schnauzer. He's not a seatbelt. I've found no evidence of giving them money to move to red states. I've found no evidence of that. That's some of that redirect, make people think and say stuff that makes the red people look stupid. So check. Don't go off what somebody else says or some article, some opinion thing or whatever. If that's happening, there's evidence. Okay? Biddy, be careful with that. It's the reason that a lot of people in a lot of people in the DNC literally think Republicans are morons. Because, I mean, the people that they're not even they're libertarians, for crying out loud. They're not conservatives. Spew stuff like that, and it's just, yeah, yeah. Walter lady, I don't know who that is. See Walters. Good night, Killdeer. I don't know, Biddy. Is Maxine saying that they're paying people to move to red states? But seriously, she's a sacrificial person. She's the person that the Democrat put out there for us to hate, and we don't even realize that the people that we see that we hate on from the news aren't our enemy. The end. Yeah, she told the Republicans to get, or she told people to get in the Republicans' faces and stuff. Oh, she told them to, but she also told Democrats to come get up in the face of people too. I mean, and yeah, uh, she's a problem, but yeah. We can either get active and stop stuff like that, or we can deal with that kind of stuff in our own states. Hey, Corsair, you guys are just in time for me to sign off. Um, I've been up since a really long time. So, going on 18 hours, man. Yeah, sorry, but I went live. I waited late to go live. What would have been 7 o'clock where you were at, I guess. Um, Something. I didn't go live until now. You missed the good stuff though, Steve. I've been trying to explain to people that mostly the last part of it was just blah blah blah, but just talking about the weather and rain and mud and lakes and this, that, and everything else. But trying to emphasize to everybody that it's really important that we go Wolverines and we don't let our states become Democrat strongholds. We have got to convince the people moving over here that where they left is they need to leave it there. I didn't know Gil went live. What scares me, Corsair, if y'all don't start getting some rain over there, literally y'all are going to be in trouble. But at least it's getting hot enough now to where the homeless people are leaving. They're making it sound like they figured out some way to get the people off Venice Beach that works for the people and this, that, and everything else. No, it's too freaking hot over there, and the people are copping bus tickets and they're going someplace where it's cooler. They'll be back. They'll be back in the winter. But that's sad. Good for you, Biddy. Are you bragging? Steve does his live streams from inside where he doesn't smoke now too. So maybe I need to start doing live streams. But if I don't smoke in the live streams, they're an hour long and I'm out of it. Pretty sure I'm keeping my wife up and she has another hellacious day tomorrow. So I'll go see if I can find Gil's video. Didn't get a notification. I was lurking in Southern Ohio's live stream, but then I went live. Yeah, I need to get it done. If buy myself a couple more decent years of breathing. But, anyway. God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. Quit thinking that you're just going to be able to fight your way out of it when it all falls apart. No, we need to fix it before it falls apart. People die. People are going to die if it falls apart. Innocent people. Innocent people that we all love. So. Well, don't kill and don't smoke. So there you go. Go get a lifesaver. Love you, people. I'll still out. Don't die.